ladies and gentlemen.
In May 2018, BTS released Love Yourself Tear in conjunction with an appearance at the 25th Billboard Music Awards. At the show, BTS debuted as performers with the premiere of their lead single, Fake Love, and won Top Social Artist, making them the only Korean artist to win the award 2 years in a row. The album debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200, with 135,000 album equivalent units, including 100,000 pure album sales, becoming BTS's highest charting and first number 1 album in the US, the first K-pop album to top the US albums chart, and the highest charting album by an Asian act. In August 2018, as the conclusion of the Love Yourself series, BTS released their second Korean compilation album, Love Yourself Answer. The album was supported by the lead single Idol and the alternative digital release featuring Nicki Minaj. The record sold over 1.9 million copies on the Gaon album chart in August 2018, breaking the chart's all-time monthly record once again. The album became BTS's second number 1 album on the US Billboard 200 and their highest sales week in the country at that time, making BTS the only K-pop act with 2 Billboard 200 toppers and the first pop act with 2 number 1 albums in less than a year. And also, the music video for Idol received over 45 million views in its first 24 hours on YouTube. On April 12, 2019, their 6th EP, Map of the Soul Persona, was released, and the lead single Boy With Love, 작은 것들을 위한 시, featuring American singer Halsey. Map of the Soul Persona became the first Korean language album to reach the number 1 position in both the UK and Australia, and the group's 3rd consecutive album to top the Billboard 200, and the 3rd within 11 months. The EP became the best-selling physical album in the US for the year of 2019, with 312,000 physical sales. Map of the Soul Persona later became the best-selling album ever in South Korea. Boy With Love debuted at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100, the highest in history for a Korean group, and its music video became the most viewed online video within the first 24 hours as of 2019, accumulating more than 74.6 million views.
BTS continues to garner greater and greater global recognition.
We are BTS! Thank you so much. We're so thrilled to win the favorite social artist award.
And the AMA goes to
BTS!
So the Billboard Music Award goes to...
Who we got? BTS!
2019 멜론 뮤직 어워드 올해 앨범 방탄소년단.
Winner for favorite duo or group pop rock is BTS.
In November, BTS became the first K-pop group to win the favorite duo or group pop/rock at the 2019 American Music Awards and the favorite social artist award consecutively in 2018 and 2019. In December, BTS attended both the 2019 Melon Music Awards and 2019 Mnet Asian Music Awards. The group became the first artist in the history of K-pop to receive all grand prizes from both ceremonies, getting 4 from each award show. At the end of the year, BTS ranked number 15 on Billboard's year-end Top Artist chart and were also the number 2 act of the year in the duo/group ranking, only behind the Jonas Brothers. They were also named as 2019 Hitmakers Group of the Year by Variety and were the most tweeted about musicians that year. At the 34th Golden Disc Awards, BTS became the first artists in history to win grand prizes in both the physical and digital categories in a single year. Map of the Soul Persona was named the second best-selling physical album of 2019 in the US by Nielsen Music. It was also ranked 6th overall on the chart of top 10 albums in total sales in the US. BTS wrapped 2019 as the fourth most successful group on Billboard's Top Billboard 200 Artists Duo/Group ranking. With strong global sales of 2.5 million pure album units, Map of the Soul Persona was named as the third best-selling album of 2019 by the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry, making BTS the first Korean artist to be listed on the global top 10 album chart for 2 consecutive years. Map of the Soul Persona was also the second best-selling global album. In January 2020, BTS released Black Swan, along with a choreography art film performed by Slovenian-based MN Dance Company as the first single from their fourth Korean-language studio album, Map of the Soul 7. Black Swan debuted at number 57 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 46 on the UK official singles chart. Map of the Soul 7 was released on February 21st to universal acclaim. The album was supported by the lead single On and an alternative digital release featuring Australian singer Sia. In just 9 days of its release, Map of the Soul 7 sold more than 4.1 million copies and became the best-selling album in the history of South Korea. The album debuted atop the US Billboard 200 with a first-week tally of 422,000 album equivalent units. The album debuted at number 1 in countries such as Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Ireland, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the US, making BTS the first Asian group to top the charts in the world's 5 largest music markets. The lead single, On, debuted at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 with 86,000 downloads. It became the group's third top 10 and highest charting single on the chart, making them the Korean act with the most top 10 hits on Hot 100. Kim Tae-young is breaking records left, right, and center. In March 2020, BTS member Taehyung, aka V, released a song titled Sweet Night for the soundtrack of the JTBC drama Itaewon Class. Produced, written, and sung by V, the song debuted at number 2 on Billboard's US Digital Song Sales chart, becoming the highest debut for a Korean soloist in the chart's history. V is continuing to make headlines and drawing attention as his unpromoted self-composed OST, Sweet Night, tops iTunes charts in 109 countries around the world. Switzerland is the latest addition to his record. V is the first artist in history to achieve this milestone. By achieving number 1 on Switzerland iTunes, BTS's V joins Psy as the only Korean soloists to top the charts in all European countries. Earlier this July, V set the world record as his song topped the iTunes charts in more than 102 countries, including some of the world's biggest music markets, breaking Adele's 5-year-old major record. Currently, V, Adele, and BTS are the only artists in the world to top the iTunes charts in more than 100 countries. Sweet Night is also currently the highest charting song by a Korean soloist on the worldwide iTunes Top Songs chart. The song spent 62 days on the charts since its release on March 13th. Fans took to Twitter, celebrating the milestone with different trends. Such overwhelmingly positive response from fans across the world will have undoubtedly helped Sweet Night set this unprecedented record of topping the iTunes charts in 109 countries so far. The fact that the song is V's first official musical solo project makes the feat even more impressive.
Army, make some noise!
감사합니다, 여러분들.
우리 아미 여러분들 너무 감사합니다.
아미 사랑해요.
아미 저도 사랑해요.
우리에게 사랑 주는 아미, 저희도 사랑해요.
Thank you, Army! Yo, this was only possible because of the little things we share together, the BTS and Army power, right? Yo, just let's keep dreaming the best dreams together. Thank you. I love you all.
방탄이는 아미를 보라 해.
That concludes the two-part video on BTS's momentous songs and achievements from the time they debuted right up until their latest 2020 Map of the Soul 7 album activities. I know there's a lot more we could add, but had to settle on a final list in the interest of trying to make the series somewhat concise. However, I'm sure that with ARMYs by their side, BTS will continue to give us more to celebrate and talk about in the days, weeks, and months to come. We'll be there every step of the way to keenly follow and witness what amazing heights the boys reach next. So please subscribe and click on the notification bell to never miss a single video on our channel regarding all things BTS as well as other K-pop contents. Until next time, this is Lolly K-pop signing off. Thanks for watching and see you soon.